I sure hope nobody's watching this.
It's too bad that I couldn't get the shit shared in time.
So that was meaningless.
Yeah, exactly. The other one's long enough where I can actually log into
right as it's going. We got to figure that out. Maybe we just share it. Don't talk for a second and fucking log it on next time. Because I like that one too. That was pretty cool. Play the fucking thing again. Who gives a shit? Play it again. Let me share it. Let me share it real quick too. Then we'll play it again.
Let me see here. Share.
Hold on. Let me share it too.
Start a watch party.
I can never figure out how to do that.
I think it's because you're on an iPhone personally.
Probably.
iPhones
iPhones are fucking retarded. I have so many bullshit things that pop up from my goddamn iPhone. I'm just addicted to sucking the tit of Apple. I can't help myself. I can't get away from it.
Well, I'm on an Apple computer, but
share.
All right.
Yes. Oh wait, start a watch party. Okay, whatever the fuck that means. Does that make it? Did you add the link to the? Did you add the login link, the join link?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Start.
You like how I did that?
I did. Your watch party is about to begin.
All right,
it goes in. Okay, because it goes in the timeline too. That's the difference between the watch party.
So let's give them. Let's give them what they want. Hang on a second.
Watch party is about to begin. Leave for now. All right, cool. Give them what they want. Get the people what they want.
One more time.
One more time. No, we actually have someone watching. Shh. I sure hope nobody's watching this.
That is the all-time best intro.
That's a good one. The other one's fun too, but I like that one. That was the original. Just because it goes back to the original studio space, which was your fucking living room.
Yeah, exactly. Where I am today.
Where you are today. This is kind of a throwback to the throwback show.
I chose to stay home from the Apex Center.
Yes, exactly. You didn't walk the 30 paces to the spare bedroom.
Right. And yes, it's because I have a goddamn hemorrhoid. I don't care who knows.
You were gonna bring it up. I was gonna let it slide. Oh, JR, send JR a link. He just fucking
JR.
He just see we get him to jump on. Send him a link. See if he jumps on. He just said we're his heroes. So he's definitely a fellow old man to grab an hour. I was gonna let you off the hook because you we're not. If you notice, Sonny is on his couch and not in his studio for today's show.
And should be sitting on a donut.
He said he was lazy. He didn't feel good. And I was like, what the fuck? I mean, like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, like, how lazy could you be? You just fucking, it took you had to unplug your goddamn computer to bring you to the couch. So, of course, my investigative mind had to delve a little bit deeper into it. And turns out he's got a hemorrhoid. Doesn't want to sit in that uncomfortable chair.
Yeah, man. Fuck hemorrhoids.
Which all of us as old men can relate to. Because I had a hemorrhoid last week, too. It fucking sucked. They hurt like shit.
You know how I got this hemorrhoid? I've had it for years.
Tell me.
I just pushed too hard one day, man.
What's 100%? That's it. That's how it happens.
I wanted it out.
That's how it happens.
It wouldn't get out. So I was like, I'm gonna fight this.
There it is.
The fighting spirit in me came out, and
now you got a hemorrhoid.
I blew out my asshole.
Now you got a hemorrhoid. I was taking. I have acid reflux, so I was taking antacids, and you take too many acids, and they constipate you. So because I was constipated again, I was like, get this fucking thing out of me, and boop, there it is. Mr. Happy Hemorrhoid popped up. Mine went away though. It comes back. It comes back every once in a while. It flared up.
They go away.
This
is definitely the old man grappling hour, isn't it?
The old man grappling hour. No fucking shit. Let's take a second because we forgot to do it last week. Let's talk about the sponsors.
Robbie, check the description.
Tell him to chill for a second. Chill for a second. We got to do sponsors. He come on. We still live in the studio for a second. We got to talk about sponsors and shit. We got nojudgesneeded.com. Go to No Judges Needed for your fight wear, your fight apparel. Got our shirts, spats, anything you can think of that is fight related. No Judges Needed is your spot. And Troy Regano is an awesome dude. And they've been in business. God, they've been in business for probably fucking. I bet it's close to 10 years now. I bet it is close to 10 years. Yeah, I bet it has been. I bet it's at least at the bare minimum 5, maybe close to 7 or 8 years. I think I was a blue belt, maybe a purple belt when they came out.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so maybe like 8 years or something. I don't know.
8 years or so. Anyway, go to nojudgesneeded.com. Use the promo code OMGH. You get 25% off your first order, and then if it's your second order or any extra orders after that, you can use OMGH 25 or OMGH 20. What is it? OMGH 25. OMGH 10. OMGH 10. And you get $10 off short spats and rash guards.
Yes.
So it's off of each purchase of a short spats or rash guard. You get $10 off of that. Then we've got Lavender Lane, CBD oils, essential oils, any of that hippie shit you guys or girls would like. You go get it from Lavender Lane. OMGH discount code. Get 25% off. It's good stuff too. Really good shit. And then the last one is going to be, the unofficial official sponsor, but they're just super cool fucking dudes. He's not paying us anymore, but he's done some good shit for me. Helped me out with my AC a couple times. Is Professor Cool, because Professor Cool is cool.
But if he wants to pay us,
he wants to pay, he's more welcome to throw some cheese. No fucking shit. Nah, he's done some solids for me in the past. So I'll give him a shout out, man. He's a good dude. Professor Cool. Also, anytime you can promote a jiu-jitsu owned and operated business, you're doing good for the community. So let's help out these fuckers. So you want to talk a little bit about Dave Chappelle, and then we'll get into Just King. Where's Robbie at? Is Robbie in the studio?
Boom.
He's here? There he is. What up, homie?
Yo.
Yo.
Guys.
What's up with you, dog? How's life?
Life is good. My kids are driving me nuts today, but
well,
dude, my kids are crazy, man. They're driving me fucking up a wall.
They're completely up your ass for the last fucking 3 months.
Just
You get nowhere to hide. I really honestly believe, like, when I see your insane fucking Facebook posts, I really think that like 90% of that is the fact that you just want to fucking murder your fucking children.
Yeah.
It's definitely as is with the rest of the general public. I think it's just extenuating that fucking that stress level.
I will say, man, last night it was a great show.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like, it really was.
Like, all around, everything was great. There's only one blemish, and it was that ref in the finals match.
They were both shitty refs, man. They both did a really shitty job.
I mean,
I'm not a big fan of the refs in general. I won't. I was gonna write. We're gonna try to get Josh LeDuc on too to talk about it, because he had a run in with a. Since if you got it, can you send Josh a link, Sonny? You want to in a minute when you finish your fucking Fig Newton or whatever the fuck you're eating over there. Whatever your weird ass gonna eat, like fucking Ritz saltine cracker. You can't eat anything with that damn whatever shit you got. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna write something up about it for the Jiu-Jitsu Times, and I was gonna kind of
that's a good idea.
I want, but I love what's his name? The fucking ref, the head ref, the guy from Lakeland. God, I can't think of his goddamn name now. Who's the Fabio Novares was the head ref. Novaes, right? I love him so much.
Whose name were we saying? You better not fuck up.
I love him so much. I don't know his fucking name.
Yesterday you said a name and you said
Andre Pedophilia.
I said, don't have that guy on your podcast, Kevin.
That's the guy.
That's Andre Pedophilia.
Andre Pedophilia.
What an unfortunate last name.
Yeah, it's not his name, though.
It's not his name. It's only unfortunate because that's what I call him.
No, but man, what a great show. What great athletes, man. Like the level is so high now. It's so much higher than it used to be. You know?
And all of those guys are, you know, the future, man. You know, we talk about they're going to be the new Vinny Magalhães, the new Gordon Ryans, the new Lovatos. These are the guys we're going to see coming up, like Roberto Jimenez. God, that guy's amazing.
Except they're going to be better than those guys.
Right. They're going to be better. I'm going to pull up.
Unbelievable. That Roberto Jimenez was really good.
He's awesome. He's
man,
really,
he got
really
out
good.
of some footlocks that I was like, what are you fucking mad?
When the other one, the one that we're probably all going to be talking about the most is Tackett. But when Tackett had him in that damn that honey hole, like I thought he was done. That thing was laced up tight.
I know.
It was super tight.
I know.
He did the same thing when he.
I will lesson learned from, that the competitors can learn from that tournament is you could be the greatest leg lock entry motherfucker, like inverted leg lock entry guy, catch everybody, and then not finish the heel hook.
It doesn't matter.
And lose the match.
Yep, 100%.
So you better know how to wrestle too.
I think that is, in the same way that MMA is becoming all inclusive. Like if you can't do all aspects of MMA, like if you can't wrestle, you can't box, you can't do jiu-jitsu, like you have no business doing MMA anymore. I think the same thing is starting to happen with competitive jiu-jitsu. Like we had a point there where there was submission only guys and there was points guys. What we're starting to see now is that hybrid of the two where you have to be versed in the submission game. And you also have to understand how to score points and pass guard and do all those things in order to succeed.
You have to know the leg lock game, either to leg lock people or to not be leg locked. You got to know it. And blatantly clear.
Pedro Romero, the guy Pedro, what is it? Marino. I'm make sure I get his fucking name right.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of a points guy. He's one of them fight sports guy. He ended up leg locking Jimenez.
I know,
which is impressive. It was that was such an awesome transition, dude. That was so fucking
he just
slick,
fell
dude.
on that shit, man.
Yeah, it was just there.
What's his name? Caught a sick knee bar too. Taza.
Taza, yeah.
What a sick knee bar. It was he was 50-50.
Right.
I
watched it again.
He was trying to do a crossbody straight.
Right.
50-50.
Right. And
dude was just turning his leg, like changing the angle. Yeah. And he just turned his hips over top of that shit and ended up in a knee bar.
You know what he was doing? What I was hearing, because they were telling them to come up for the sweep, and it looked a lot like he was pretending like he was going to come up, just put his knees on the ground and get the 2 points for the sweep, kind of from that 50-50 kind of back and forth thing like guys do in the IBJJF for advantages.
Yeah.
But he faked it into the knee bar off of it. It was pretty fucking slick.
Yeah, it was. But dude was bending his own leg, like he was not getting caught in that straight. But turning the opposite way. But yeah, man, it was just like
who won it, guys? I didn't get to watch it, so who won?
Pedro Marino, fight sports.
But it was a bad call. He did not take Taza down.
No, that was horrible.
Who knocked out Tackett?
Jimenez, yeah. And it was because he couldn't get him in. He had him in. Like twice. He had him in two super dupe. Dan Martinez did too when they fought on that Substars event with him minutes. He had him in so many fucking entanglements. He's just so good at getting them out. And he just couldn't feed the leg across.
He ended up getting caught in a heel hook.
Yeah, he did. But it was like perfect.
Rights.
It was perfect. He was dead to rights. Right off of that transition where it caught him off guard. He jumped on his back and then Marino jumped on the leg off of it.
Yeah. You should make a big deal of that tournament. Like write something in jiu-jitsu time.
Man, I think I'm going to.
Because listen, here's my dilemma. Like I'm building a nice team of guys right now that really want to compete, and there's nowhere for them to fucking compete.
Yeah.
Like, and not because of the pandemic, but like, are the options like what for like good purple belts? Like Copa, is it like who's gonna see that? To get into the bigger shows, and like Jits King should be a bigger show. Like there needs to be more shows that are bigger, or as big as ADCC.
Yeah, I know.
ADCC is the only thing you got.
I'm going to. They pissed me off. I'm just jaded. They fucked me up. They pissed me off a little bit. They were supposed to put the Jits King guys, couple reasons, and just because I'm fucking crazy. I'm nuts, bro.
What they do?
So I was on their card in Tampa when I went against Andre fucking Portofilo. I can't remember. I can't say his fucking last. I don't want to say his last name. Was gonna fuck it up.
Don't say.
And I lost in that. I got caught in that calf slicer. Which, by the way, they used that fucking horrible, fucking disgusting picture of me as their goddamn poster for the event. Which whatever. I'm cool with it, I guess. But because 100 fucking other fucking pictures, you got to use my broken down on ass for that.
It's a cool looking submission. They probably.
I know. I'm crazy. You know me. I'm fucking nuts. But you love me, baby. There's nothing I can do about it. I try not to be. I don't want to be this way. I can't help it.
Wait a second. I remember there was one time a magazine came out, I think it was a magazine, and there was a picture of Robbie in there, and he was mounted, and he was wearing a no judges needed rash guard, and Robbie wrote a comment, and he said, "Yeah. No judges needed when you're mounted."
But the real problem was it just bullshit. And I'm nuts. It pissed me off. Like they were supposed to. I had that big match in Tampa, and literally, they begged me to come on the card because it was in Tampa. It was the first one they had, and I came on the card, and and I sold that motherfucker out. Hey, it was in Tampa, so I had fucking shit tons of people there. I had the whole crowd cheering my fucking name, and then I lost in double overtime. Because I fucked up and didn't realize the rules. I mean, I'll say I got submitted. It's cool. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I misunderstood the rules and put myself in a difficult position because I thought it was going to be continuous overtimes. I've completely won, regulation in the second overtime. There's no way I was going to lose a ref's decision, but I went and put myself in a submission position and got caught because they did a shitty job of explaining the rules. Anyway, they told me they were going to put me on their card Miami. They never did. Now they have another card, Lakeland, and they never did. And you know me, I'm just fucking nuts. Like you told me all this shit, they're sending me all these messages. Oh, we love you, bro. Thank you so much. And then nothing. So now I'm like, fuck you. I don't want to write an article about your shit. But I probably will. I know. I know.
That's
I
what
will.
we need it to be big. We need more shows, more opportunities for the guys. No gi. There's just not a lot of opportunity anymore, especially like here. I just unfortunately, I can't write that article unless I discuss how horrible the refereeing was. And I don't want to do that because, like I said, Navarez is my boy, and I like him. He didn't do a very good job. He wasn't particularly responsible. The other two guys weren't very good. I don't know who they threw his fucking buds or whatever. I don't know how the fuck they got on there. And the problem is this, is like, Fabio is an amazing – he's an IBJJF referee. He's been an IBJJF referee forever. Like that, ADCC is very different from IBJJF. Like and the reason why matches are exciting is because it's so fucking hard to score. Yeah.
Like when you get a takedown on somebody, like you literally you got to plant them motherfucker. When you listen to the rules, you got to put the shoulders on the mat, you got to hold them in place for a solid fucking not 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3. And I saw so many times when in an IBJJF it's a little bit different. They're quicker to call calls. I saw so many times where matches were determined on very bad calls that they were just too quick to throw the points up. And then the one was really bad was the first match with Baby Monster and that kid, Johnny Tama, when Monster.
I saw that one.
Dude, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Johnny Tama got the takedown. Baby Monster came in for a takedown. Tama had the guillotine on him.
Guillotine.
It's super tight in the guillotine.
Oh, yeah. Now, he gave him points for the takedown while he still had it wrapped up.
He gave him points while he still had the fucking guillotine. That's horrible. And the problem was is that Tama was, and again, you're playing the rules. Tama was on purpose holding on that guillotine, not because he was going to finish. He said he had Baby Monster gurgling, but probably not.
He's going to get up from it.
100%. As soon as he lets go, now the guys have past the guard as fucking Monsters picks his head up to breathe. Is going to create space. He's going to try to get up, and it's exactly what he did. But it was too late because they already given him the points, and it was because Cyborg was on the mat screaming points. And you got to be a better referee than that, man. You got to be a better referee than that, man.
Well, I agree with that. The refereeing was bad.
It sucks.
Think about the call
because I really believe that we got robbed of seeing a very good finals match because of a shitty fucking call. Because now Marino, whatever, I'm not giving him any knocks. He's playing the game. Now he gets to stall, which is what he did.
Why do they make the matches 6 minutes? I feel like they need to make them 10 minutes.
The final should have been 10.
But like,
I think the
or
final
other
should make it
match.
10.
I mean,
Well, because I mean, if you do that, it takes fucking forever. I mean, 10-minute matches are gonna take forever. 10 minutes ADC matches. I mean, it took 3 hours with 6-minute matches. You add an extra four minutes on
wow.
there. Yeah, it's gonna take a long fucking time.
That's true, man. I remember when I was at ADCC, I got bored of watching ADCC.
Yeah.
Wanted to leave and go do something.
Well, I also think that that 6-minute match gives it a sense of urgency. You know,
Yeah, I like that. That's true. That makes sense. And everybody goes balls to the wall because
everybody goes balls to the wall. Especially when you got these young, hungry kids that aren't prone to play of the game. You know what I'm talking about? They just want to go out there. They don't fucking throw caution to the wind and go balls to the wall.
Dude, it was all like, they were all great matches. Like every match was great except for the gi matches, which are always boring.
Yeah.
But it's just
It was just weird. It was weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the one match was cool because he got a flying triangle on him. In the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Then the other match, I think it was Orlando
Castillo, yeah.
Orlando Castillo, and it was just holding on for dear life to the gi.
It sucks it sucks to change gears when you're watching all this exciting no gi, and all of a sudden you see some like, okay, cool, let's watch this strategic fucking gi match. You know, it was just weird.
Yeah, I like rolling in the gi because there's a lot of invisible stuff happening. But I hate watching it because I can't see the invisible stuff, you know, like it's just it's just boring to watch. Fighting
for them grips and working for position and you don't see you see the sweep that developed, 5 minutes earlier that provide, but it's boring. I agree.
Yeah, it took them 15 minutes to get one sweep and started at 15 minutes ago. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but these matches were all exciting. Like everybody clashed right off the bat. The bell rang and everyone was jumping triangle or jumping arm bars too.
Yeah, they were going right into it. The match that I think was probably the match of the night was that John Combs and Baby Monster match though.
Great match.
It was amazing.
What a sick match, man.
That was sick. Because they both had kind of shitty fast call. I mean, the refereeing again was.
Is there a place for where I can go back and watch the stream?
Flow Grappling. I mean,
okay.
You have a Flow account?
Yeah.
I'll watch it, dude. Sonny, it's the best. It really was that good.
Good, amazing. I missed one match. I actually missed any match. Jason Rao. I missed both of his matches. I got there too late. And then I left to go smoke with Spencer because Spencer was it's halftime. And then it wasn't halftime. It was just they didn't have a halftime.
He had a good match with Marino. That was an exciting match to watch. It was literally just, the athlete versus the technician. You know what I mean? Like Ra was trying to entangle and work his game, and Marino was just blasting through for that knee slide around the freaking legs, which he does, so well. Eventually passes guard. But it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch the strategic aspects of it.
Yeah, I missed both of those. Didn't he have a first match too? He was like the first one to go.
Yeah, he was like the very first match.
Who was that again?
I don't know. The kid was good though. I think it went into overtime. Or did he get? He ended up getting a submission, but it took him a long time to get it. He had him tied up a couple times. Some young kid. I don't know. Yeah. There was a couple guys. I was a little bit disappointed in Alan Sanchez only because I knew I was going, so I did a little research and watched it. I did a little research to find out what's going on. And Alan Sanchez, he's a 10th Planet kid. He won the Nogi Worlds last year, and he just looked flat.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He looked like what I have a knock against 10th Planet guys. When they fight in points matches, the knock I have on them when they're in points matches is the fact that they don't go for points. They don't think about that. They're constantly shooting for submission, and they end up fucking up and getting their guard pass or something stupid happens and they lose because of that because they're not really active enough.
Yeah, well, a lot of them don't wrestle.
Yeah,
wrestle well enough to do it,
Or even
the best guy wrestling out there I was impressed with John Combs, man. His wrestling's good.
He was a D1 wrestler. I think he was an All-American.
Wow.
I think he was
good, man. Did you roll with him?
Yeah, he came to Tampa. He's good, man. He came to Tampa. I rolled with him a couple times. He's fucking good, dude. He's really good. He's fucking
Really?
just strong as shit, man. Doesn't ever get tired. Has this like weird fucking iron like fucking iron like athleticism in the body. Smart kid too. He's cool. He's fun to hang out with. Fun to talk jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, we should join after the show.
Yeah, I haven't fucking been a fucking pot.
You haven't? I've been smoking too much now. I gotta quit again.
I'm really pissed off that weed is not federally legal at this point.
Should be.
Because, like, I'm a government consultant. The second they make that shit federally legal, where I can own my firearms, I don't have to check a box. Guess who's coming, like, straight to fucking Sonny's? Don't. I feel left out.
I think you can own your firearms and still have a license to smoke.
You can't have a concealed weapon though.
I think you can.
Did they change that? I've always heard that was the catch.
You can't even buy a firearm legally federally if you're smoking the weed. Look,
Robbie went to go check out. There he is.
Bill, if you happen to show up at my house, whatever happens at Sonny's stays at Sonny's.
Yeah. I'll call ahead. Like Robbie, I'm waiting for the mushrooms to become legal too. Jesus.
I got your black belt flakes. I think we lost Robbie. You got a phone.
Oh yeah, I got them. I got them too.
Yeah,
they're fucking good. You got to just use them sparingly though in the beginning because I got a little kick to them.
So what are they? Spices?
Yeah, so you put them on like pizza and pasta noodles and all that stuff. They're fantastic. Or rice.
Oh, okay.
Real good. You'll never go back to regular red pepper flakes again.
All right. So you guys want to talk about the Dave Chappelle special? Where Robbie?
Yeah, let's do that, man.
Just
I think he got a phone call or something. He probably got bored. He just pops off and walk on. He might come back on again.
Was I the only person where Dave Chappelle wrote me in? Like he really took me down a path, and I thought, "Oh shit, he's stoned." You know, I don't know how.
No, he got into it. He was preaching.
Yeah, and bam.
Yeah, he See, I just watched it today. It was pretty good, man. And you know, he did a very good job because the thing about Dave Chappelle that makes him so great and the right person to state this claim and to state the obvious that we should all fucking realize is because he's palatable to white people. You know what I'm talking about? Even like the most hardcore white nationalist, like they're like, "Oh, Dave Chappelle is pretty fucking funny." You know what I'm talking about? So his message is reached and it kind of crosses the aisle in that regard.
Well, do you think the larger point though, Kevin, is like I think that Chappelle's palatable, as you say, to most people because like he just don't give a shit. He's like, I'm just going to tell it like it is. Like that is the height of what a comedian's supposed to do.
100%. And I watched. I don't know if I might not have come up on everybody's feed, but when look at Sonny, you're on point today. Look at you with your little fucking right on the 846, Dave Chappelle. When you watch it on YouTube, right after the YouTube video, there's a clip that kind of funnels you into a different YouTube video, which is an episode of the Joe Rogan Show, or a clip from the Joe Rogan Show when he's talking to what the hell's his name? Kevin Hart, about why he believes that Dave Chappelle is the GOAT of comedy. And he talks about just like that because he says in today's world of political correctness, when comics, you know, there used to be a time when comedy was free. Like, you know what I mean? You could say what you want to say because you're a fucking comic. And the purpose of comedy is to kind of shine a light in society's eyes to the truth. You know, and the kind of we were making, if you can't make fun of yourself, if you can't make fun of yourself, then why the fuck are we even doing this anymore? But in today's society of ultra fucking political correctness and everybody's feelings gets hurt, you know, which, you know, again, I'm liberal minded, so I can see the ideas behind it, but I also think it's fucking leading us. I mean, the two paths, you know, fascism and fucking ultra left liberalism. You know, fascism and communism, they meet in a dissecting circle if you're not fucking careful. But like Dave Chappelle, you know, when they talked about how when he was he had a show and they came on and said, "Hey, look, man, show's amazing, but we need you to fucking calm it down a little bit with the rhetoric. You keep going on, but you got to calm it down." And he told me to go fuck off. He said, "I don't need your fucking money. I'm gonna do what I want to do." So he took off, right? So
great, it's Bill.
So after he went off and did his own thing, he was just fucking Dave Chappelle. When he'd go out and do his small little comedy shows, he'd go out in little venues and do his little comedy shows on his own. And then when Netflix called him back and said, "Hey, look, Dave, we need you to come back and do a show," like he put it on his last show, which like a lot of people didn't fucking dig, man. And he just did it. He's like, "Fuck you, I'm Dave Chappelle."
The Sticks and Stones, it's funny because if you look it up on Rotten Tomatoes, and when it first came out, it had a 0 on the tomato meter and it had a 99 on the audience meter.
Right. Well,
Everybody
because
loved it.
real comedians knew it was fucking genius, because what he was doing, it was, watch it if you haven't seen it, the Kevin Hart with or the what was it, Joe Rogan with Kevin Hart on it. Like Kevin Hart was talking about how the show wasn't really about modern times. It was Dave Chappelle coming back and saying, "I'm here to save fucking comedy. I'm here to fucking tell you guys that this is what comedy is supposed to fucking be. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna insult you. I'm gonna tell you you're fucking stupid to your faces."
Yeah, so the
Anyway.
king had a fool, so the king could be told when he was being foolish
Right.
without somebody being executed for it. And that's what we need comedians. We need comedians to expose the underbelly of society so we can recognize it and begin to deal with it. That's what comedians are supposed to do.
Right. Well, Josh, dude, we got you. We'll get back to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, what do you need me for, Kev?
We got you on because I wanted. Yeah, I know you were busy. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Bro,
We were
I'm
talking
jerking
about.
off.
We were talking. Oh, but really? Tell us more about it. What are you wearing? let me see your little hair. Let me see the chest. So we were talking about Jits King. We were talking about the poor refereeing. And
Oh, yeah, that
obviously-
shithead.
Yeah, obviously you magically found a way to fucking get a fucking
that
headline
ref
again.
was
God
about
bless
to-
your heart.
that ref
Tell us about how
Yeah.
shitty the refereeing was.
He was pretty fucking shitty, man. I don't know. Anytime I
did you
see a
do to
guy
trigger the
refereeing
guy?
who can't see his fucking toes or his dick, I kind of question the legitimacy of his skills.
What did you say to trigger the guy?
What happened? Because you were talking about a penalty or something like that, or a warning
No,
or something like that.
Taza pulled guard off a collar tie, and they did it in front of the Fight Sports corner. And Cyborg and all the other guys were like, "Oh!" So literally, like 4 seconds later, after the guard pull, he stood Taza back up and put him in the center, standing. And then I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He had a collar tie. That's a legit grip. And if you go back and watch the Flow
It was,
Grappling stream,
100%, yeah.
Pat and Jake were both just like, "Yeah, that was a grip." I don't know why they reset it. And Pat and Ben were calling the shit pretty much since the beginning, saying that some of the referee calls were pretty
Horrible.
not enforced, but they were swayed by the audience, you know.
Influenced by
Yeah.
Cyborg, which is
Yeah,
which is a sign
exactly.
of poor,
But,
which is a sign of poor refereeing.
No, I mean, yeah, but I'd say it's a good coaching job by Cyborg, you know, and that's something the Brazilians do really well. Is they influence the referees one way or another. It's something we got to learn to do. So that's what I was trying to do.
I
But,
agree with you on that, buddy. I
you
really
know,
do.
When a white guy starts screaming, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right,
but not, in
Right.
something
But
other than
you get
Portuguese, we have
penalized, but-
problems.
Isn't
Yeah,
it
and in
ironic
your
that-
defense, that's true, man.
Isn't it ironic that two of the funniest coaches that I know are both on the podcast right now? Robbie D'Onofrio and Josh Leduc.
I was talking about that before. I was like, I forget who I was talking. I was talking to Spencer. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get in some guys' heads today. I'm like, Robbie does it better than anyone. I'm gonna try to fucking do what he does today.
I just start making fun of the guy, man, about anything
Yeah.
I can. This whatever it can be. Tell him he's doing karate. He's not doing jujitsu.
Just as one opponent throws off the mental state of another opponent, the corner man or the coach has to throw off the ref to the advantage of the fighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only place I won't go to is cheating. Like
Well,
it
that's
happened
because
when
we're
I
new
went.
school, Robbie.
No.
Old school, we don't care. We fucking cheat.
No,
We
but
don't
this type of cheating, this specific thing. I was going up against somebody, and their corner started counting back from 10, like there was only 10 seconds left in the
Oh,
match.
Jesus.
And I thought there was 2 seconds left, and dude jumped on a toe hold,
I remember that.
which I wasn't going to tap to.
That was against Karinga.
I thought there was only 2 seconds left. And then it happened to be 30 seconds left. So he finishes the toe hold. Because
Well, Rob, it is fucking brilliant, though. We need to bring back old school dirty cheating. I mean, ask Rob Palmer. Everybody was fucking cheating.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
in a line.
but I mean, in terms of what happened last night, like the thing that pissed me off the most about it is because it was such an exciting event, man. And like
It
the
was a
matches
great
were
event.
so fucking evenly matched, and the competitors were so on point, and it was such beautiful jiu-jitsu. And the problem is the way the rules are structured. If you follow a real ADCC rules format, like it's perfect for those guys because scoring is so difficult. Points are at such a high premium, and now you only have 3 minutes to score. So these guys really got to go at each other. But the problem is when you have shitty fucking calls to give shitty fucking points to guys that don't earn them the right way. Now you end up with what we got in the finals match when they had Taza in.
That was fucking.
It's a horrible
horrible.
fucking. There was no way in
Yeah.
hell that was.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
someone-
an
someone did a
IBJJF,
breakdown
but
of
not
it.
ADCC.
Someone did a breakdown of it. Taza popped right back up, and then they put him down, and he was only down for 2 seconds. Popped back up again, and Mourinho was like, "Oh, I got the points," and walked away. And granted, he's doing the right thing, influencing the judge, making him look like he knows he got the points, and then
The ref
walking
did
away.
call. So in his defense,
He
the
called it
ref
early.
did. He called the points early, so Marino
Yeah.
now thinks he gets the points, so he doesn't have to fuck with it anymore.
LeDuc, let's tell
Yeah.
the truth, though. So long as the purse is high, the higher the purse and the shittier the refereeing, the larger the gate for the next event.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
fucking
but fuck that. Fuck that.
No,
I don't
no,
give a fuck
that's
about
the
that.
business
I want
stuff.
fucking. I want shit to be right. I feel like as a fan, I was pissed
Yeah, but
off.
listen, Kev, you and I
Robbed
both
them a
know
good event.
they do
Robbed
another
them a
one.
good event.
They do another one in Largo, and they say this guy's refereeing, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be there." They're gonna sell more fucking tickets.
I get it, but fuck that. That's bullshit. That pisses me off, dude.
Fans fucking eat it up. They
Yeah,
eat it
fuck
like
that though, Bill. I don't even want to hear about that fucking shit, dude. I don't want to fucking hear about that shit, bro. Do the right fucking thing and get referees that don't fucking suck. Get referees
Anyways.
that are marginal IBJF referees at best. Get referees that really understand ADCC rules to come in and ref it if you're going to have a fucking ADCC
All right.
event.
I'm gonna make 2 points that I got to get out of here. One,
All right.
they need to stop calling it ADCC rules because it's first 3 minutes no points, second 3 minutes points like ADCC, but they're using modified IBJJF rules
100%.
or points. And second, actually 3 things. Second, they need to stop resetting people standing from a submission when you roll out of bounds. And same with the takedown because Combs shot that double on Baby Monster right away, put him on his ass, and then the ref called it stop. Combs let it go. Baby Monster stood right back up, and they stood it back neutral. Okay, so they need to start kind of resetting it in the same position that it started. And third and final point, I want to say I rubbed that referee's belly at the end. So,
Hey,
Cool,
question real quick. Do you think that rolling out of bounds for a heel hook, that they should start you back in a locked-in heel hook?
yeah, either they need to give you like 5 points, something that's like super decisive, or they need to start you back in it. I would prefer them starting you back in it.
Yeah, I agree.
I understand if the
Here's the mistake.
yeah,
All of you are talking about this from the perspective of expert grapplers, but your average fan loves the fucking controversy. If you want to bring the fans in, you got to give people cheese ball escapes.
I guess so, though. I just still
Yeah,
think it
that's
fucking
true.
I
sucks.
don't
I still
know.
think
I
it
don't-
fucking
That's how we
sucks.
get first is for the fighters, honestly.
I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck
hey,
about that.
what they really need to do is offer him that fucking fat ref a match with me next time and watch the fucking gate happen. It'll be like Spencer Marcelo Cohen all over again.
Oh God.
Kevin,
All right, I'm getting out of here. I'll see you guys.
Rod, thanks for coming on, Josh. Be good, kid.
that's how you make the sport grow. You got to bring in
fuck
fans.
that, Bill. I don't want that. I want them to.
No,
I want them
don't
to
think
not
that
rob
just
me
is a
of the
spectator
fucking.
sport.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
but
a
I want
fool.
them to know. I want them to not rob me of the fucking of the finals match
Right.
that could have been amazing that we should have all fucking been able to watch instead of fucking giving Pedro Marino a bullshit fucking takedown that he didn't fucking deserve to get and then allowing him to play fucking a soft fucking a passive game for the last 2 minutes of
I
the match. 3
understand
minutes
it's
of the match.
horrible. I understand it's frustrating. It's that tease. That's the whole. That's
I
the
don't-
whole nature of the
I
business.
don't, no, they're not smart enough to do that on purpose, dude. They're just fucking idiots. That's shitty referees, man. It's not like they did that on purpose. It's not what that was their intent with getting the fuckhead referees to add on there. It was the fucking secondary fucking result.
Well,
Wait,
anyway,
I don't-
we were talking
I don't
about
know that
Let's go
David
back to Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be angry at Bill anymore. Let's go back to Dave
You
Chappelle.
know I love you.
So yeah, I thought it was pretty compelling. And when he went into the whole, what's that guy's name again? Dormer, something Dorner,
Yeah,
Chris
police
Dorner.
Yeah, the cop. The guy who went up
Yeah,
to the cop.
when he told that story, that's when things really clicked for me, and clicked in the sense that I had a much better understanding of their point of view, or his point of view rather, and it was really eye opening, and I feel like I understand their anger better than I did before,
Towards
so
the
it was a good learning experience.
You mean towards the police? Like
Yeah,
anger
I
towards the
mean,
police?
yeah, anger. I mean, I understand their anger towards the police.
I think
I'm not saying I'm not condoning. I'm not condoning any of the violent things that have been going on, riots or anything like that. I'm just saying I understand the anger a little better after watching the special.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the anger is less about just being angry at the police and more about just the world we've had to live in as African Americans that people just don't fucking see, that people don't get. People don't, that we're supposed to just grin and bear it for decades and decades.
What do you think that they don't get?
I mean,
Like, what is it? Like the racism? Like what is it? What's happening? That, you know what I mean? Because
No, it's not.
There's racism, but I understand there's racism. But I'm not, of the opinion that just because I'm white, I'm somehow racist, and that I walk around not knowing what the hell I'm doing.
I don't think
guy.
I don't think that was any kind of point that Dave Chappelle was making.
no, it wasn't at all.
No, I know that. I know that.
Basically,
I don't agree with that.
He basically what he did was he told the story of Chris Dorner, and through that story, it sort of made me realize why it feels more like they have to stick together as a camp. You know what I'm talking about? Because they feel they feel a brotherhood, and and these cops that went after Chris Dorner, in the end 400 of them showed up to kill this one guy. Right. It was because one of their own was killed.
Yeah, I mean,
we got 4 white guys in this podcast. You need to bring on some black guys if we want to understand a black point of view. None of the 4 guys here are going to say we have a magical understanding of the black point of view.
Yeah, but I mean, Dave Chappelle did a pretty good job of making us understand what the point of view was.
That's why I shared the video. I was like, "Here's a point of view." I mean, listen up.
And I thought it was good to have him say that. It was interesting because that's the point. Like, again, I don't know what it's like being black in America. So for me to say we look at statistics, we look at all these things. There's other things besides statistics that.
What things?
So there's the matter of societal fucking. You can't. So here's the number one factor. You could say it's about race. You could say it's about anything you want to say about. What it's really about is economic deficiencies. It's really about people being poor. And if you look across the fucking line,
thank you.
The number of impoverished in our country when you talk about race. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I guarantee you that the African American culture is pretty high up there on the percentage of poverty in our nation, and there's something to that.
On the other hand, Kevin, the other picture I shared today. Hold on 1 second. The other video I shared today was the picture of the black wildlife game officer that got assassinated. I mean, we got some horrible things, and there's a lot to it. So this black wildlife officer stopped for a hit and run, and he got assassinated. So it's all horrible,
right? But
it's all horrible. Yeah.
The point I'm making is this: the point is that because we live in a country that from day one, from the beginning stages, if we talk about where crimes are committed, and the crimes are committed by impoverished people, it's because it's just fact, because they don't have as many options as people that have money. And it's wrong or right, it's the way it goes. And because
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
But
did poverty increases the crime rate?
No, I agree with that. But
that's what he just said.
I don't agree. No, I don't agree that they don't have opportunity.
Yeah.
They have
That's what
opportunity,
I
but
don't
the
agree that
point-
they don't have the same opportunity. I
But-
think that we all have the same opportunity, but it's what you do with it.
So yeah, but this is the point I'm trying to make. Like, and this I'm gonna draw a conclusion to this. That when you're impoverished, your road to success is more difficult than when you're not, and that's just a fact. If you have money and you have some kind of clout,
Yeah,
you
but
have
then,
some kind of
you know,
ability to
aren't you
succeed.
Assuming
It's gonna-
that- aren't you assuming then that like people are just born with money? Like
No,
everyone was poor and then became rich.
I'm not. But what I'm saying is if you we're looking at the big picture here. We're looking at fucking since post-slavery,
Yeah, and most
To
people that
now.
are rich became rich. They were once poor. Most
right?
people.
But I mean, even in the times of even we're not even have to go back that far. We just talk about civil rights when we have fucking in the 50s when black people weren't even allowed to have jobs. You weren't allowed to have a meaningful job. You weren't even allowed to go to college. You could only go to like 4 colleges in the country if you were black. They wouldn't allow you to go to college. Like we're not too far back from that. So that stigma.
Well, okay, then what do you conclude then by saying that?
So what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is, and I firmly believe that like we have made strides in our
there's no
country.
Jim Crow law.
I know that we have continued to make strides in our country to help with the African American community, and it's facts. It's very, very factual. The sliding scales goes back and forth depending on who's in office and whatever. But we have made fucking strides to help the African community get to a point to where they are able to succeed and continue. And people, you can see African American families and communities that are thriving because of that, which you didn't see 50 years ago, or way less 50 years ago. So it's been going forward. What we don't see are the reforms in the police office to make sure, because there's still a discrepancy. There's still definitely a discrepancy right now where African Americans are way more impoverished than the whites than whites are.
Let me mix.
Well, there's an argument.
Hold on one
I
second,
can
Bobby.
talk to you about why. If you let me talk to actually,
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Listen, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I just want to say this one thing I've been trying to say.
Go ahead.
But there's an argument, and I'm not saying it's definitely the case or whatever, but the argument is that when the welfare state came in, they were pandered to, and made like women made money without having a father in the home. If you had a kid without a father in the home, you got more money from the government. They were pandered to by the Democratic Party. And now this is the outcome of that. You have people that don't want to work.
Well, let me give a counterpoint.
And black people were pandered to, and they were told they can't do it. It's not, and then they grow up with the victim mentality, like, oh, the white man's keeping you down. Now I got a chip on my shoulder.
Well, I don't think
this is infecting that community.
But we can speak to our own groups, and we had Roddy Ferguson on the podcast. He's a very smart man. He's actually somebody I'm a fan of. He may not realize that, but he was on the podcast. He started talking to people. Yeah. And he started talking to people about the 40 acres and a mule. And he started talking about land ownership. And I'm looking at the other people on the podcast, including Kevin, and including Sonny, including other people. And I said, started thinking to myself, Roddy doesn't realize the people he's talking to on his podcast just had their businesses shut down, and they're worried they're going to fucking be broke and starving and all this other shit. So the idea of 40 acres and a mule, that's an unimaginable wealth to anybody that's just been in lockdown for 2 months. Their business has been shut down. Kevin, I know you don't disagree with that.
No, I mean,
everybody's fucking poor. When you're poor, it don't matter what your skin color is. You're fucking poor.
Your skin color is meaningless when you're poor.
First of all, like to Robbie's point, like I hear what you say about that philosophy, and there's a certain degree that
a lot of truth to it.
There's a lot of truth to that, but I also feel like there's also a lot of truth to,
to what?
People being very helped by that. In that process, because it's factual, because we can look at the statistics to see that those systems that we put in place, affirmative action, and things we put into place, have helped the African American community become a viable part of our society.
Well, look, I mean, I know you guys could literally go back and forth on this all day.
Let's talk about Chaz.
So let me just say this, that I just want to end this by saying, Dave Chappelle has a point of view. You don't have to agree with it,
right?
But it's worth listening to.
I think that was the point he was trying to make too.
Yeah, the other thing I would say is, if we're going to talk about issues with the black community, we got to bring members of the black community on the fucking.
Well, they're done here right now, so we got to deal with what we got. Bill.
For white guys saying this is what the black guys do. We got to bring black guys in here.
We'll find a black guy, bring him on. We don't have. It's us four right now talking, Bill.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Bill, he's Puerto Rican. He's a Puerto Rican Jew. You can't get weirder than
I'm
that.
a member of a Puerto Rican family. Let's talk about the Puerto Ricans then.
All right, let's talk about
I'm
Seattle
hey,
because
listen,
we could talk
Kevin,
about that
one
without being black
point.
and white.
Let me make one point.
Go ahead,
too,
go ahead.
Just real quick. I kind of identify with the white community. I just grew up just kind of with white kids, but I'm technically Puerto Rican and Italian, and my grandparents were immigrants that came over to this country. No one in my family ever owned a black slave, ever. You know what I don't get is the blame on people now that never owned a slave before ever, and that they have, like, it's our responsibility as the white people to pay reparations. But who are you going to make pay reparations? You know, like who's to blame? Like, how do you narrow it down to take blame and to punish? You know, it's like, what's the end game? What do they want to happen? You want to take racism out of people's heads? Like, how are you going to fucking do that?
No, you can't do that. What you can do is try your best to keep it from being spoken. You can try your best to keep things that are reminders of the past from being put into place. In Nazi or in Germany, after the Nazis went down, the swastika was banned.
The Nazi shit gone. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, listen, I'm all about I'm not about celebrating the Confederacy.
Right.
I take the fucking monuments down. I don't give a shit.
But the point of the matter is there's still people that think that is heritage. No, it's hate, man. And I don't care what you have to say.
I apologize.
You're not going to change their fucking mind.
Somebody was instant messaging me, and I lost between.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
You still there, Sonny?
Yeah, no, I am. It's just that I had a message come in, and I lost track of the conversation.
That's cool.
So.
Let's talk about Chaz.
Let's talk about Chaz.
Yeah, let's talk about this. Rob, you still there?
Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to say about Chaz that I thought.
Sorry if I talked over you. You know what I mean. You don't mean it. Go ahead.
One of the things I wanted to talk about Chaz that I thought was hysterical was that the first thing that they did when they created their autonomous zone was they created borders.
Yeah, right.
They created borders and started checking IDs, and man, I've heard crazy shit from people that run businesses out there saying that they're in there extorting them for money for protection and whatnot, and it's like basically like they're just trying to run that shit.
Well, Sonny, can we really believe some of those reports? Because we've heard conflicting reports, you know.
Have we?
I don't know. That's true. I don't know if we can believe everything we hear
Yeah,
about
I
that
don't know
place.
if we can believe everything. We're going to talk to people from Seattle to find out what the fuck's going on.
At the same time, it's a ridiculous thing.
I saw
It's gonna
a
go
video.
away.
I saw a video on YouTube where they were literally forcing a man to kiss another man.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of stuff too. I saw a video there's that video of that guy with the AR-15 that's standing that magically has popped up everywhere. They proved that to be fake. They actually superimposed that guy on all kind of Fox News was superimposing that. They found it's just the same way like CNN uses stock footage of emergency rooms and shit like that. Like CNN took a picture of that guy and let's crop him and all over the fucking place with his AR-15. But it brings up an interesting discussion about like what the fuck, like so people are mad because they feel like their rights and democracy is not looking out for them. So the first thing they do is take over the Capitol and say, let's throw out the democratically elected governor or mayor. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, how is that not 100% counterintuitive to what you're trying to do? What you're trying to fucking show here.
They're all a bunch of kids. It seems like they're all like 20-year-old kids that are just pissed off, and they're like creating this stupid little thing that is like a fascist place, and they're like hate fascism.
Right.
But they're like putting all these rules in place and barriers, and it's just ridiculous. What is it doing? Why are they letting them do it?
Well, Robbie, to your point, is it a failure of all of us that may be closer to middle age? We're just not providing enough leadership, or like, and I'm not talking about control. Before Kevin gets raw, I'm talking about just like be the example you want to see. So like, if we don't provide no example to the 20-year-olds, what example do they have?
Well, what do we got to do?
Well, the first thing is like try not to get them to fucking kill themselves or ruin their lives. Check a box where they're a felon or they lose their eye, and just say, no, there's some problems. Let's get to the table. Let's work this shit out.
Well, when I watch these riots and all these things as a parent, all I keep thinking is, where are these kids' parents at?
Yeah.
Like these kids that are breaking windows and
We've seen videos
Like,
of mamas
where-
coming in and whipping people with their shoes, saying, "Get the fuck out of there."
Yeah, I saw that video. That was great.
Sure.
yeah, it's
Where are the
crazy.
mamas?
But yeah, man, I heard that the Hell's Angels, or not the Hell's Angels, but some biker group, they're like on their way out there right now to Seattle to like go
It
confront
was
these
Hell's
guys.
Angels.
Was it the Hell's Angels?
You know, it's
Yeah.
funny because I'm not lying to you, Sonny. Like, there's a part of me
I just
just to prove a point that kind of wants that to happen.
Why?
I
gonna do like a
so
Bronx
want
hit.
that to happen.
Remember
You know, and it's not
Oh no!
no. But let me finish. Let me finish. Not in a sarcastic means, because like I said, I put that thing up on Facebook the other day, and it got a little fucking traction because I was having a moment. Like, everybody wants anarchy till they get it. You know what I'm
Right.
talking? Because you know what anarchy means?
Someone
Anar-
go there.
Shut up, Bill. Anarchy means
Fuck you, Kevin.
anarchy means that the rule of the strong will survive, and the strong rule. So, in other words, if we're gonna have this anarchic movement, and we're gonna have little peaceful things, and we're gonna have little gardens, you know what that means? That means like motherfuckers like me and you get to go take your shit, and that's the fucking facts. And like it or love it, the system of government that we have in place in this country is still the greatest in the world. And if you
Yeah,
don't want to
man.
believe that, it has flaws.
I
It has
am
flaws.
going to get out popcorn. I am going to get a drink, and I am going to sit back and watch that shit on live stream
I'm not going to
TV.
enjoy it though. No, I'm not going to enjoy it because it's sad. It's just fucking
It,
sad.
it is sad.
Oh.
It's very sad, and I know it builds to a crescendo that's not good. But like, we have to understand that. We have to understand that, like, you know, like, we have laws and we have police, and yeah, they fucking suck, and they should be fucking rooted out, and all this evil. You know, we have to say this is it. Fuck the police. They need to fix their fucking shit because this is bullshit.
Well,
But you
Kevin,
can't
let me throw a
abolish
counterpoint up there because this is a serious matter. The police are often asked to enforce laws that are ridiculous. So I don't fault police primarily. Fucking fix. Nobody should be. It's not an arrestable crime to sell Lucy cigarettes. Give them a fucking citation.
And that's the argument for defunding. That's what they talk about with defunding. They want to take
I
things
don't know if
out
that's
of
the
the
argument
police's
for
hands.
defunding. Address the law. That's bullshit. Address the fucking laws. Weed should be legal. If you want to sell Lucy cigarettes, well, that's a ticket. That's not. You don't need to fund the police to address that. You need to get the goddamn lawmakers to fucking write good laws.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but
I
still,
also think that I think that there is an element in the police force that is not. They shouldn't be police anymore. They're old and they fucking have really bad. They do have biases. They're gonna.
Robbie, do you really want the
shit
20-year-old
because they're
cops running
assholes.
around running the show? We want the old cops, the old dogs to say, no, relax. Relax. You don't have to run everybody
Right,
down. You have to
but
beat
they're-
everybody up.
I'm just saying there's an element of the police force that is bad, and
Yes.
it's not. It shouldn't be ignored. Like I agree with the protest in terms of police need to not be brutal to everyone. What I don't agree is that it's somehow biased towards black people. I don't see evidence of that.
The way I envision that is when I talk about the impoverished and I talk about the greater things involved, and the reason why it's happens more to black people and black people feel like they're threatened more by it isn't necessarily because of their skin color. It's because, unfortunately, impoverished people commit more crimes and they're in the eyes of the police officers more. And it's whatever. I'll defend that as much as I can. I hope it doesn't sound racist, but it is what the fuck it is. And I'm sure people think I'm fucking them. No, that's where we're at right now. But
Well, no,
Whatever.
I think it's just poor people that commit crimes or that are in bad situations that are getting fucked over by the police. And you're right about the laws. They need to change some of the laws, you know, and they need to change some of the attitudes of these police. Imagine if these police trained 3 days a week in jiu-jitsu in a gym setting, how much more humble they would be, like all around, and how less quick they would be to go for their gun, and how they would control people so much better.
Amen.
I mean, truly, the answer is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It really
Robbie,
is.
Hold on for a second. We got our own problems in jiu-jitsu with loyalty where people cover up sex abuses and everything else. So the
No, I
real
know that,
problem-
but what you won't get is cops going for their gun and shooting because they're scared of someone trying to hurt them with their bare hands.
Now,
Like,
Robbie, for 30 years, I've been training people with their belts on and insert pistols in their belt. When there's weapons engaged, a lot of the jiu-jitsu and grappling food is very different.
yeah, but dude, if somebody comes and grabs you, jumps on you, you could handle it. Like some guy that's drunk or something, like the one that just happened where the guy fell asleep in the Wendy's drive-thru, and then he tried to run away. They were trying to apprehend him, and he resisted. Like, you'll be able to stop these guys resisting and just put them in cuffs and control them.
I got a pair of
Lot easier.
sharp knives. These knives, they have a button on them, and when you put it on the skin, it shocks you. I'll send them up to you. Every time we do the training with the shock knives, and I'm a 4th-degree black belt, I get fucking shocked. So the
What are you
jiu-jitsu will take you so far, but this is still dangerous work.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt, Bill.
No,
Training people to train. Jiu-jitsu changes you. It's a very. Can you agree with me on that? Can we agree on that and not play devil's advocate?
What I'm saying is, dude, it'll take away their egos.
Right.
Yes,
Make
I
them-
agree with Robbie and I agree
Yeah.
with Kevin on this. Honestly, like I do think that it should be mandatory for all police to have to take jujitsu
Right.
because
And if you
it
can't
strips
do
you
it,
of your
you can't
ego.
hack it, don't be a cop.
That's 100% and that's the problem. And in my opinion, this is what Bernie Sanders was saying to some other people, liberal-minded people, when their answer to
Yo, I will
defending the
fuck up
police,
Bernie Sanders in a match.
their answer to defunding the police is pay these fuckers more and make it harder to be a cop, so we have
Yes.
better police officers.
Like 4-year school. Like
Yeah, and that's the way it is. And you
time.
make a policeman, of every bit as difficult to get as like an FBI, maybe not an FBI agent, but you make it a difficult job to attain and maintain.
Well, let me give you another example. Sonny went on Stephen Kesting's feed, and he said, I'm going to open my school now. And Stephen, who's a great guy, Stephen Kesting, I like the guy, Sonny likes him too, immediately said, well, I wish you good luck, and I hope your school doesn't make everybody sick with COVID-19. And on a different part of the thread, there, Stephen and the other guys, I like Stephen, you know that, and Thomas, whatever the hell his name was, the other PhD on the thread, was saying, the academics don't lie. I said, yes, they do. And they got all offended by that. Not Stephen, but the other guy said, academics don't lie. And I said, yes, they do. So whether it's police or academics or journalism or government, we all got fucking problems of corruption. So the best we can do is call each other out. That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
I agree. But jiu-jitsu wouldn't hurt.
No, of course, train the guys tactically. Yeah, I agree with that.
Right.
Get
Yeah, but that's again, that's part of the problem, and that's where I talk about when I talk about defunding the police. Like, people are just so sick of all the bullshit. They're ready to gut it and start fresh because it's so embedded that they don't even know they're doing wrong anymore. They feel so empowered because they
That's
have a
the thing.
tough job and
Yeah.
they can do whatever they want to do and they look after their own.
But Kevin, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Nobody on this call understands what it means to be a cop.
Right, but we could talk about it, Bill. None of us know what it means to be a ballerina either. But if we were talking about ballerinas, we'd have to fucking talk about it. You
Yeah,
know,
but-
I get no one's an expert in anything.
I will
No,
tell
we're
you
here to
this.
talk about shit,
But
man.
the person
Yeah,
that did
but
ballet
listen.
for 20 years knows their toes are broken.
Right.
Listen,
But-
I'll tell you this. I've trained a lot of cops over the years, and I've gotten countless messages and in-person testimonies to how jujitsu has helped them immensely on the job and how they
Same.
wish the rest of the force did it.
Of course.
So it's definitely majorly useful to police.
Do you
And
honestly
if you can't
become
hack it,
jiu-jitsu?
you can't be a cop.
Right.
You can't hack it, you can't.
That's 100%. That's it, and that's the problem. Like the problem is a couple different reasons. Like people, they don't have enough cops. So when you have someone that's been around for a while, that's paid their dues, and now they get their tenure, and they're in the fucking union and all that shit like that, like you just say, "Oh fuck, all right, just keep them around because we got nobody else to take his fucking place." You know what I'm talking about? Because it's a shit
Yeah.
job. You don't really make a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? You're doing horrible things all day long. Blah 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 blah. So what you do is you make the job more appealing, so it draws in more people. So people actually want to be cops.
Kevin, you remember the other day when you told that very impactful story? You said, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I live in a neighborhood, and right next door there's a neighborhood with activity, and I'm worried this is going to hit me. I'm
Right.
worried this is going to come to my door. Well, shit, man, that's what the cops do every day. They go out there. I just want to come home. I just want to come home.
I get that, Bill. That's completely understandable, but it doesn't allow them to be sociopaths.
Of
I don't
course not.
care. I don't care, and that's what's happening.
Nobody on this call goes around beating people up just for, unless they pay. If you pay, I beat you up. But
No.
we don't go around like beating people up in the neighborhood.
No, but
want the cops to exercise the same discretion. I get you.
100%. And unfortunately, no matter how many times we've had this conversation in the past, for decades and decades, Bill, nothing's happening. So now we're in a situation we're in now.
Well, I think things are happening, Kevin. I think over the course of the past 3 decades, we've seen many more people that were not white and were not male hired into the police force. And we've got greater transparency and greater technologies, and things are improving. But it's rightful to say we wish would happen faster. But it's not like the cops that are out there are evil. Not all the jiu-jitsu professors are good.
But there are a whole lot that are. I believe that the majority of police officers that are still around, they look at these changes and they go, okay, fuck, this is some shit we got to do. But behind the scenes, they're like, you go do what you got to do. You keep yourself safe. You keep yourself alive, which is okay. I get that. But that's not the way shit can fly no more. Shit has to change, because if not, we're going to have more riots. Because if we keep seeing people dying, people are going to go out there and start it back over again.
Is one man putting his knee on another man's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, betrayed the nation, betrayed the police, and set our country into chaos.
What about the video Sonny posted last week of the college kid, because some random woman called in and said, hey, we saw some suspicious black man get into a car in my neighborhood, so the fucking cops tailed him, yank him out of his goddamn car, and beat the shit out of him on the fucking ground.
Yeah, Kevin,
how do you say that's legal? How is that not racist?
What about the guy, the black officer today that was assassinated? He stopped for a hit and run, and they killed him.
Right, but the point of the matter is they got to that point because but that's not. We're not talking about racism here. We're talking about hatred for the police officers. We're not talking about racism for the police force.
I didn't.
No, you said it, Kevin. You were like, "How's that not racist?"
I said we're not talking about racism right now. You're right. I had a Floridian slip. You caught me, but you caught me. It's not about racism anymore. It's about systematic problems with the police force. Because people hate cops right now.
Yeah, bad laws are asked to enforce.
Yeah, all kinds of shit.
Look at the policies. And we got to remember, police officers are emergency responders. And we also have to remember not to be racist, violent pieces of shit. All of us, not just the police, all of us.
And you do that by gutting the system and starting over, unfortunately. That's the way it has to be done.
Well, I don't know.
No more of this bullshit.
I think incrementally we can change things.
Yeah, well, you better do something real fucking fast.
I don't know if you can gut the system completely and get some other group in. I think that you could just change the criteria to be a police officer and put the correct training in place.
Because none of the poor motherfuckers in this call are going to do it.
How about this? I mean, this is just one guy's idea. But how about this? How about the police are never allowed to contact anyone unless you make first contact, or unless they see a felony in progress?
I mean, that's one option. There's lots of options to be changed. Reform and real reform has to start making. And I say gut the system. You're right. I don't believe in gutting everything, because if you're stuck without police officers, like, this is a situation that takes a long time. You start by helping people in need, and you give them reasons to not be criminals, and you go through more social programs, and you deal with counseling and things like that to help people, to get them from the track of going down that down spiral.
Education, man. In those communities, there needs to be education. And these kids need to understand that they have opportunity. They don't have to go down the same path as their father. They don't have to end up in jail. Right. They can make it. And they have to understand that. People need to tell them that, instead of telling them you're not going to make it because of the white man.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's the cycle of hatred that's developed. And who knows? There's no wrong or right here. It is what it is.
Right.
Here's another example. I live in a rural area. Yeah. Me and all my neighbors we're all on several acres. We look out for each other the best we can. And when there's incidents, like we got a phone tree, we gather up, we pull our rifles and pistols, we handle it, then we call the police, because it takes 35 to 40 minutes for the police to be deployed to our area, or an ambulance. So we do that. On the other hand, like, there's a lot to that. I mean, so it's a difficult situation to put in place in the city. That shit works in rural areas. It doesn't work when people are on top of each other. And to your point, Kevin, the difference between a starving man and a piece of bread is a plain glass.
I know that. I say that all the time. Voltaire.
Yeah. I'm quoting you, quoting Voltaire.
I don't even think that's a fucking Voltaire quote.
Well,
but I'm
note,
Voltaire.
Kevin, you said you had a hard stop at 6:45.
Yeah, I got a hard stop.
Right?
Sonny, stay on before we can talk for him. We got to talk about, get these guys off. We'll talk about the sponsors. We'll get out of here.
All right.
Robbie, I love you, man. Take it
Love
easy,
you
bud.
guys.
Thanks for
See you
coming on, Bill. I
guys.
love you
Thanks
too.
for letting me on.
You good, brother. I love you, man.
Love.
All right. NoJudgesNeeded.com. Thanks. That was a good. I thought we had fun with that. We had a good time. It was a good time. It was a good show.
Good conversation.
Good conversation.
NoJudgesNeeded.com. Get your shit.
Get your shit.
OMGH.
OMGH.
10.
Lavender Lane.
Lavender Lane
For all your hippie
CBD.
shit. Go take it over, Chad. Bring Chad soy. What do they want? What was the thing they put out? That got such a kick out of that. Please bring soy, soy butter, and fucking vegetarian cheese or some shit like that. I thought that was fucking great. I don't even care.
We've run out of food.
I don't even care if it's fake. It's still funny and shit. All right, I gotta play poker. I love you guys. Sonny, stay on. Let me talk to you for a second after.
All right.